Hi, welcome to Tea and Mystics. Today I will be sharing a short review of the book Faith, Hope, and Carnage by Nick Cave while I am sipping on some white fairy tea from Genuine Tea. The book Faith, Hope, and Carnage is a collection of interviews/discussions that took place between Seán O'Hagan, the journalist/writer, and the musician Nick Cave, and all these took place over the COVID pandemic lockdowns, and a lot of the book, that sense of what was changing, what was shifting, some of those feelings around the lockdown time sort of hover around the interviews and the discussions. The book itself, it really delves deep into looking at some of Nick Cave's thoughts on grief as a whole. Specifically, really, he examines and shares some of his reflections on the deep grief that he had around losing his teenage son, but also during the course of the interviews taking place in this book, he lost his mother and was not able to attend the funerals due to the COVID lockdown restrictions. He lost one of his dearest friends and earlier collaborators, artistic collaborators. So there's a sense of loss that continues throughout the book, but Nick Cave, he really is a gift, I think, to people at this time because he eloquently is able to discuss grief, its power, and even sometimes its transformative power over people, and he's just so beautifully able to share how he's experienced it for others to maybe feel a sense of belonging with hearing someone else speak about it. And he also talks a lot about his personal faith, his personal understanding of the spiritual world and how grief fits into that. I really enjoyed his reflections on religion and how it is expressed around him and how he finds his connection to it, and also how he's able to really look at how doubt is always a feature within that sense of faith. It really was a beautiful book. It also gets into a lot of Nick Cave's approach to songwriting, what he believes the purpose of art is and the purpose of songwriting and music can be. And I really appreciate when there's books with any sort of artist that focuses more on the bigger picture, the bigger issues, the bigger themes that are addressed in the art and in life, as opposed to what usually happens with a lot of books about artists where it's just trying to get into like gossipy tales of their life. The book itself specifically has a lot about the Nick Cave album Ghostine, as well as the Nick Cave and Warren Ellis album Carnage, which was actually being created at the time of these discussions. I wanted to share my recommendation for the book on Tea and Mystics because I do feel that Nick Cave really presents and has some mystical insights to share, and a lot of it is that he feels this common connection to all of humanity and the world, and that's one of the reasons why he puts himself out there to share what the process and the ongoing never-ending process of grief and living in this world is. So I highly recommend it. I really enjoyed it. It will really leave you with a lot to ponder when it's done, and it's just a really wonderful way to spend some time with Nick Cave's reflections. Today I am sipping on some white fairy tea from Genuine Tea, and it's just a white tea. It has a very nice delicate flavor to it. I did a review of it some videos back where I did a bit of a Genuine Tea haul, and I mentioned there how much I enjoy it for, its delicate flavor. It just sort of lightly hits your tongue and goes down. And I'm drinking it out of my Snufkin mug, which I'm really thankful for. It was a gift from my mom. So Yay for Snufkin and White Fairy Tea. Thanks so much for tuning in to Tea and Mystics. Cheers!